I'm going to read you something that was written by our next guest. Imagine being judged by the color of your skin. Imagine being told to go back to your country. Imagine people thinking that you are uneducated, assuming you do not speak English or that you're poor because you look different. These are a few things that I have experienced as a young Black person. Lladaneyah Gayle wrote this as part of an essay 4 years ago. She went on to help start Windsor's Black Youth Empowerment Program. Now she's been recognized by Ontario's Lieutenant Governor for her leadership in eliminating racial discrimination and promoting equality and inclusion. Gayle is one of this year's recipients of the Lincoln Alexander Award. It's named after Canada's first Black MP, who was also our Lieutenant Governor about 35 years ago. The award comes with a $5,000 prize. Lladaneyah Gayle joins us now in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back. You've been here before.
Definitely, yes, I have.
And now you're here on a very great note. But for people who are just meeting you for the first time, I want you to explain what your experience with racism has been over the years.
Yes, of course. So I moved to Canada at the age of 10, coming from Jamaica, a country where our motto is out of many one people. So I grew up knowing a lot of different people from different backgrounds, different races. And it wasn't really until I came to Canada where I realized, wow, I'm Black, I look different, my hair doesn't look the same, I don't eat the same foods, I interpret a lot of stuff differently. And really coming from that type of background, it really set me apart from everyone else. But because of that, I wanted to find a way to make sure that everybody felt included.
And how did you do that?
At the age of 12, I decided to co-found the Black Youth Empowerment Program. It is a racism initiative in Windsor, Essex that empowers youth between the ages of 12 to 19 to overcome racism and oppression through experiential learning, capacity building, and leadership development.
How has the program grown over the years?
Yes, so within our first 3 years, we aimed to target at least 300 youth. It has so far surpassed that number. And we've really gotten a chance to meet with all different youth, not just from Windsor, Essex, really from across Ontario. And the goal is to help them become entrepreneurs for themselves, start their own businesses, and really make a positive impact on Ontario and really Canada itself.
How has it changed you as a person?
It's really changed me for the better. Since starting the Black Youth Empowerment Program, my leadership skills have increased. I've made so many connections, made longtime friends, and really, while empowering others, I've been able to empower myself, and through that, just making Windsor a better place.
Is there anything you'd go back and tell 10-year-old you now that you've sort of waded the waters?
Smile more. It really, just thinking about my smile makes me think of my mom, for example, and how she's my role model. So I think of my mom's smile when I smile, and that really is my pusher to just keep on going.
That's beautiful. What else did you do in high school? I know you went to school in Amherstburg.
Yes.
You've since graduated.
Yes,
but during those years, what did you do that has helped you be recognized for the Lincoln Alexander Award?
Yes, so one of the first things I did during my grade 11 year, I was a deputy prime minister for that school, so I assisted with the student council. I was also a part of the Greater Essex County District School Board Student Senate, where we would meet on a monthly basis with different student leaders from each school, and through that, we would come up with different strategies to ensure that the next month ahead would be great for all students at all these different schools. I was also a part of the Greater Essex County District School Board Black Student Advisory Committee. Shout out to my mentor, Miss Natalie Browning-Morgan. But through her, we were able to meet with the Ministry of Education, the Ontario Human Rights Commission, and making sure that Black students had somewhere to go to. They had different mentors to make sure they were on track to graduation. Basically just ensuring that Black students in our school board were getting the stuff that they needed.
How successful do you think it was?
Definitely very successful. We have been able to mentor different students. I've made so many connections, and through this, I see how we all start to grow as people. A lot of us, obviously, we've moved away now for university, but like looking at all the friends I've made, I'm like, this is going to be the new face of Ontario, and I'm very happy to be a part of that.
What did it mean for you to win the Lincoln Alexander Award?
It really, just for me, it represented my people as a whole, my family, everything I've came from. So yes, accepting the award for myself was a very big empowerment. So it shows not just to me, but all the people who look like me, that we are able to actually achieve greatness. As my personal mantra, as excellence is the minimum standard, also came from my mom. And with excellence being the minimum, I always strive to be better.
That's going to just set you up for failure. I tell my kids to be mediocre and well-balanced. Do you know much about the man who the award is named after?
I know a slight bit. I know that he was the first Black Lieutenant Governor of Ontario, and really seeing what he was able to achieve, it really just inspires me to know that I can achieve something just like that.
How do you think winning this award will help you with your efforts to eliminate racism?
So it really just this is a form of empowerment because winning this award and people being able to read about me, for example, if there's another Black girl who can look up to me and be like, wow, look at all the stuff she was able to do just by the age of 17, I can do the exact same thing.
And you started going to the University of Windsor.
Yes.
What are your goals there?
So I'm currently taking a double major in biochemistry and biomedical sciences. So if you do love science, definitely go for it. But long-term goals, I do want to attend med school and become an oncologist, so the study of cancer.
Has your passion and your advocacy led you to this career path?
Yes, so I actually did have a family member who was battling with cancer. She unfortunately did pass away. And really seeing the effects that it had on all the people around me just empowered me in saying, how can I make sure that other people who are facing this issue of cancer, how can I make the transition better for them? How can I help them? If there is something that I can do to help the process, I would want to be the one to do that.
How is your time going so far at the university?
It's going amazing.
How's the transition?
It can be a little bit rocky, but I definitely tell people just to stick it out. First semester is really different with all the labs, all the different classes, these lectures. Basically, I'm at school from basically 10 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon. But I've met so many amazing professors. I've joined so many groups already. I've made so many different friends. And it really just shows you like the University of Windsor is such a welcoming and warm community.
Is there a place for you to continue your advocacy work at eliminating discrimination at the university?
Yes, of course. There is a Black student support worker. There's also the CAOS, is a Caribbean African student group. So through that, we can create different events and groups for Black students, not just for Black students, but really for any student to kind of join and get a feel of our culture. We can share, and then together we all can really just embrace that.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming in this morning.